Okay, so I bought this monitor, this ASUS VG32VQ. I was going to actually make a video with an actual camera so you could see the monitor physically, but honestly, this monitor is such a piece of shit. I'm not even going to bother. It's a complete loser. I just want to discourage anybody from buying it. So all it really has going for it is that it's relatively cheap. It's like 430 bucks. But the problem with it though, I mean, it has so many fucking problems. I can barely even go into all of it without spending a bunch of time on it. I mean, first of all, the ELMB feature, which is supposed to allow you to have variable refresh and low motion blur, at the same time with some kind of pulsing backlight. Well, okay, so basically it doesn't work. If you turn it on, it does reduce the motion blur slightly. However, there's some weird artifacts with it where it actually causes kind of like jittering. And you can just see it like plain as day if you play like Mortal Kombat in MAME or something and just look at the initial title screen when you put in a quarter. You'll see without ELMB, it's perfectly smooth. And then if you turn it on, you'll see it just kind of like jitter. So it's fucking worthless. Like the whole point of the feature was that you were gonna get the low motion blur with the smoothness of variable refresh. So the whole fucking thing is a write-off there. So yeah, so basically it's only claim to fame. The only thing that really stands out about it doesn't work. And I noticed that depending on the game you play, the artifact can be especially hideous. Like in Quake 3, for example, when you have that feature on, like there's some kind of bizarre, artifacting on the textures. It seems, and yeah, it almost looks like you upscaled an image with like linear filtering, and you kind of have like artifacts from just the pixels that got sized unevenly. It looks really terrible. I mean the thing is, it looks so fucking bad that motion blur is actually preferable to the artifacts. And so, I mean, I never thought I'd say this, like that I actually prefer motion blur to this fucking hideous. I mean, it's like basically this is technological advancement for monitors. We found new ways to make images look fucking hideous. Yeah, okay, so ELMB is a complete write-off. It's so it makes this monitor pretty much worthless for arcade cabinets because that's basically like the only thing you would have wanted. You would have wanted low motion blur for like fast scrolling arcade games or games like the original Sonic games or whatever. So that's a dud. Other than that, it's basically just like a standard VA panel, and so the response time isn't great. The transitions are pretty slow on it. You'll see things kind of like like smeary colors when objects move quickly, things like that. So yeah, that's basically garbage. I mean, even in Final Fight, like the smooth fade to black effect that I have, there's actually smearing even on this panel. I mean, it's fucking bad. So yeah, so I basically have nothing good to say about this monitor. It's there's basically a better monitor in every other category, because there are other monitors that essentially have the same specs as this, only they might actually have like a G-Sync module, so you'll get better transition times and better support there, because basically the ELMB feature is worthless. I can't think of any scenario where it's preferable to this eating the motion blur. So the only fucking gimmick that this monitor had, they blew it. I don't know. I mean, let me know if you want me to do, like an actual video with a camera of it before I send it back. It's probably going to go back on Monday, but I don't think you're going to get much out of it though, because essentially, what could I do? I could just show you the fucking terrible backlight. Another fucking disappointment.